Today's daily LeetCode problem is minimum time visiting all points. We are given a list of points on a two-dimensional plane, where each point is represented as x, y coordinates. Our task is to visit every point in the given order, and calculate the minimum time in seconds needed to do so. The movement rules are very important here. In 1 second, we can move 1 unit vertically, move 1 unit horizontally, or move diagonally, which means moving 1 unit vertically and 1 unit horizontally at the same time. Even though diagonal movement covers more distance, it still only costs 1 second. We must visit the points exactly in the order they appear in the array. However, we are allowed to pass through future points early, but those do not count as visited until it's their turn. Our goal is to find the minimum number of seconds required to move through all the points from start to finish. Let's now break this down and see how we can approach the solution efficiently. Example 1. Let's start with example 1. The input points are 1, 1, 3, 4, and -1, 0. We must visit these points in the given order. We begin at 1, 1, and want to reach 3, 4. One optimal path could be 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. Notice that we are using diagonal moves whenever possible, because diagonal movement lets us move both horizontally and vertically in 1 second. The time taken to move from 1, 1 to 3, 4 is 3 seconds. Next, we move from 3, 4 to -1, 0. Again, we take the most efficient route using diagonal and straight moves. 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 0, 1, -1, 0. This part takes 4 seconds. So the total time required is 3 seconds plus 4 seconds equals 7 seconds. That's why the output for example 1 is 7. Example 2. Now let's look at example 2. The input points are 3, 2, and -2, 2. Both points are on the same horizontal line. Since there's no vertical movement needed, we simply move horizontally from x equals 3 to x equals -2. That distance is 5 units. And each unit takes 1 second. So the total time is 5 seconds. That's why the output is 5. These examples clearly show that the minimum time between 2 points is determined by how many diagonal moves we can use, followed by any remaining horizontal or vertical moves. Approach, step-by-step points. We are given a list of points that must be visited in order. To move from one point to the next, we can move horizontally, move vertically, or move diagonally, which covers both directions in 1 second. The fastest way to move between 2 points is use diagonal moves as much as possible. Then use straight moves for the remaining distance. The number of diagonal moves is limited by the minimum of horizontal and vertical distances. So the total time needed to move between 2 points is maximum of horizontal distance and vertical distance. For every consecutive pair of points, calculate the horizontal distance. Calculate the vertical distance. Add the maximum of the two to the total time. Repeat this for all points and return the final total time. Let's walk through this solution step by step. We start by initializing a variable called total time to 0. This will store the total number of seconds needed to visit all points. Next, we loop through the points array starting from index 1. Because we always calculate the time taken from the previous point to the current point. For every pair of consecutive points, we calculate the horizontal distance using the absolute difference of the x-coordinates, and the vertical distance using the absolute difference of the y-coordinates. Now comes the key insight. Since we are allowed to move diagonally, the fastest way to travel between 2 points is determined by the maximum of these two distances. That's why we add max, x distance, y distance, to our total time. This works because diagonal moves reduce both x and y in a single second, and any remaining distance is covered by straight moves. We repeat this for every pair of points in the list. Finally, once all movements are calculated, we return total time, which represents the minimum time required to visit all points in order. Simple, efficient, and optimal. Let's run the code with the sample input to verify our logic. Everything looks good. Submitting the solution. Accepted. Boom. Accepted. Passed all test cases successfully. And that's how you solve LeetCode minimum time visiting all points using a clean greedy strategy. If this explanation helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more daily LeetCode solutions. See you in the next problem. Happy coding.